show, and whenever y'all guys are ready.
Here with Gianna Morris and Jordan Marshall. Girls, congrats on the win.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, that first half, defensively, it seemed like they were just getting a lot of really open looks, and I know for you guys, just the shots weren't falling. I guess maybe what changed, second half-wise, and obviously defensively locked in a little bit there.
I think for us offensively, we just trusted our actions. They weren't really working for us in the first half, but I think we just stuck with it. We made reads and we stuck with them, and I think that really allowed our offense to flow and us get easy shots. And once we saw a couple fall, we really found a rhythm.
Jordan, I know obviously you've watched her the past couple of years. It felt like she really took over that third quarter. I think she had 8 points, 3 assists, took a charge. I mean, just like it's just kind of like the leadership and like the calmness that she brings. Like when you guys are kind of in the middle of the fight there. Like how much do you kind of depend on her?
I depend on Gianna a lot, and I think our team depends on her a lot. And it's been great to see her come out of her shell and be so passionate on the court. It's so fun to watch, and we feed off of her energy, so we need that every game. And y'all see how she's shooting the ball. Like if any team play off of her, we're dishing and we're hitting it, and we fully trust Gianna is gonna hit the shot. Every time I kick the ball to Gianna, I think she's gonna hit the shot. I don't go rebound.
Kind of the flip side of that, I mean, obviously, this is her 4th double-double this year. She's got 15 in her career already. Just like it feels like it's kind of becoming normal at this point. Like the consistency that she brings, like on the glass, like it's just how much confidence does that bring for you guys? Like, even when the shots aren't falling, like she and the rest of the team is kind of around there, just cleaning things up.
Yeah, I definitely think, especially like when we have halves like the first half, having her on the boards really gets us going. Her getting to the free throw line, just things like that, encourage us all to just get down there. And yeah, having her finish is really big for us, really energy for us.
I know the start of your career, like you could knock down a 3, but you weren't necessarily like the volume 3-point shooter that we've seen. Like, where do you feel like your 3-point shot has kind of taken like that next step, I guess?
Yeah, I always, I feel like in my previous years really was trying to get downhill. And I really wanted to expand my game, and I always felt like once I start knocking down the 3 consistently, it opens up so much more for me. And that's what I've been working on, knocking it down consistently, and especially when teams start flying out, I'm able to get to the things that I was doing before. So that's something I've been trying to do. I knew once I started knocking that down, the game would slow down for me. That was something I really was trying to get to.
Jordan, Coach has talked so much, obviously, the defensive identity is what this group prides itself on. You guys, crazy enough, like 1 game left in non-conference play. I guess to close non-conference play strong, like what do you feel like defensively needs to keep going here?
We need to work on having energy and communication consistently. We have spurts of defensive communication and defensive intensity, and we need that for 40 minutes, and we're not there yet, but we will get there. And I just feel like from a forward perspective, we can be better helping our guards when they can't see things on the screens and like jumping to the ball and everything. But I think we have the ability to be a great defensive team, and we're going to be better. But we did good tonight. I feel like we did good tonight, especially in that second half. We had some fire under our butt, and they was chirping, and we took it personal, and we won.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank you.
Good job. Yeah.
Fire was coming from.
Nobody from Conway.
I'm ready whenever you are.
Am I good?
Here with head coach Brooke Storr. Brooke, congratulations on the win. Can you give us your general thoughts on tonight's win?
Yeah, I think it's a really good win. Number one, you protect home court, but it's a really good opponent. That's a top 100 net team in Central Arkansas that's extremely well coached. They score it really well. They you're going to see 5 out. You've got to be able to guard all 5 positions from the 3. They put a lot of pressure on you the way they get downhill and force rotations and kick to the open 3-point shooters. And then they're solid defensively. I think they give up 55 a game. And, that first half wasn't looking great for us, but I was really proud. We can talk about the offense in the second half. I was really proud that when we weren't scoring, it's really easy to put your head down and not defend on the other end. And I thought they did a great job of just hanging in there battling. I thought our bench was huge tonight. We had a number of, we get 19 points, but we had a number of defensive possessions where we got a deflection. I think KT and Joy in, and out of that timeout, we came out and started picking up and applied a little pressure. They got like 3 turnovers. It was an immediate 3 stops in a row. We call that a turkey, immediate turkey, and it kind of got us some easy baskets and got us to the free throw line.
I was going to say, it felt like offensively when you were able to kind of cut across and then obviously get that rotation back out, like she said, for the kickouts, it really felt like that was the offensive spark you guys needed there.
Yeah, and they scout really well. And we told some of our players, hey, they're not going to guard you from this spot. You can't take that shot, not because we don't want you to take it, but it's not the best shot. They want us to take those shots. They want you to take that 15-footer from our 4s and 5s, or they're going to try to take away the initial look. We've got to continue to fight for good shots. And, we were 3 of 13 at one point, and we had 1 offensive rebound. And we were down 12 on the boards at one point. And I said, this is ridiculous. You may not make a shot, but we can go get a rebound. We end up out-rebounding them by the end of the game. And that's what we needed. We got 14 offensive boards, and we got 14 points out of those. But I thought, we got downhill. Even though they're switching and sagging and playing some drop coverage, sagging soft switching man, which sometimes can be hard to go against, we still got downhill and we got to the free throw line 33 times, which was huge.
You mentioned putting your head down. In Paris, not obviously the efficiency that we're used to, but again, finished this with 16 points. It's going to see you missed 5 free throws, but she made 7 of 7 in the second half. Just her ability to kind of withstand like that.
Yeah,
mental,
I think for her, it's easy for players to go, oh, I hadn't made a shot and I'm 5 of 10 from the free throw line. I thought she came out with an attacking mentality and stayed with it, and we trust her. And we're never going to tell her not to shoot or stop attacking. She's at her best when she's attacking, and it makes everybody. We talk about G, and the way she's shooting it. We have Lex, we have Joy, we have Paris, who can all attack and create, and the other team has to pick who they're not going to guard, and those 3 are shooting it really well from 3, and it makes it difficult, and I think it's freed G up to get some really good rhythm looks, and she's been so consistent. I can't tell you how proud I am of the confidence in which she's carrying herself on the court. She makes big play after big play on the defensive end of the floor, and I think that's probably one of the areas. We look at her offensive numbers and how they've grown, but I think she's grown more defensively off the ball. Usually, she was good on the ball, but she's grown off the ball, and just her communication and just the way she's talking to her teammates and leading. I think it's such an not underappreciated by our staff, but I think that's something that's not talked about enough and not noticed enough. And she has been incredible from that growth standpoint, from a leadership aspect, from confidence, and you can see it. It's how she's playing.
I was gonna say, watching her evolution as far as the role on this team. Again, I remember starting as a true freshman, a lot on her plate, and then obviously last year, there were more guards around her that could take that, and now obviously, like you mentioned, this year, it just seems like whenever there's an area where she can improve, she wants to keep finding that.
She's a worker,
yeah.
And I think she's one of the most conscientious and diligent people. She's a valedictorian of her high school class. She comes from a family where they're disciplined and great parents, and that's just who she is. Whatever she does, she wants to do well, and she's going to continue to work on it. And she talks about it, wanting to expand her game in different ways, and we've tried to put her in some different spots to be able to allow her to do that, and she's just taken it and run with it, and I'm really, really proud of her.
You mentioned protecting home court. I was looking, it's the best start at home since 2005. I guess obviously 1 game left in non-conference play. What's just the key to letting them know, hey, we're about to enter a stretch here where, these home games are important, but we got to also, obviously go on the road and steal some too.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. If you want to win a championship, you got to find a way to win on the road, but you got to take care of home court, and that's something that this team has really taken great pride in. And I think that we've got, those three areas that we talk about winning on the road. And, we're in an 8-point game with LSU on Saturday with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. And we've talked a lot about this, like, hey, we're not, not happy or excited because we played them closer than anybody. It's what did we not do in that 2-minute stretch to end the third quarter they went from, up 8 to up 17. And it was a stretch of we don't get a loose ball, led to a foul, make one free throw, miss the second one, we give up an offensive rebound off of that. They make both of those. We have 3 turnovers in that time frame that it balloons to, they go 9-0 and it balloons to 17, and you're out of the game against a team like that. And that's growth that we've got to go, hey, buckle down, let's be conscientious of what we're doing positionally, defensively, taking care of the ball, defending and rebounding. And those were the areas that got us in that 2-minute stretch. And that's something tonight that when we defended, we turned them over 18 times, we held them to 35% shooting, held them to 55. And that's a team that can score it. And we took care of the ball, only had 13 turnovers. And that's a recipe to win on the road.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys.